Members, good afternoon. It's the appointed time and we have a quorum. I call to order the meeting. Agenda item 1, information papers issued since the last meeting. Since the last meeting, the Secretariat has not issued any information paper. Agenda item 2, Hong Kong's participation in the Belt and Road Initiative. I'll first invite the government officials to join us. Let's welcome the government officials. Members who'd like to speak, please press the request to speak button. Now I'll invite Undersecretary to walk us through the paper. Chairman, members, good afternoon. Today, together with my colleagues from the TDC as well as those from the Belt and Road Office, I will brief members on the latest work of promoting the Belt and Road Initiative. As we all know, Hong Kong is the participant, contributor, as well as the beneficiary of BRI. Hong Kong has been adopting the whole government approach. The Belt and Road Office under the CEBD has been taking the lead to promote Hong Kong's role in the Belt and Road Initiative. Since the Chief Executive has assumed office, he has set up the Working Group for BNR Development, and this working group has helped formulate a comprehensive and macro strategy to take forward the high-quality development of cooperation among different countries. We have been strengthening the economic and trade ties with other countries. In 2024, the merchandise trade volume with BNR countries reached $276.1 billion, an increase of 78% compared with 2013. We have about 1,400 BNR enterprises in Hong Kong, and over 100 of them are listed in Hong Kong. The CEDB has been doing a lot of work to promote the cooperation between Hong Kong and BNR countries. These include expanding our economic and trade networks, negotiating and signing bilateral and multilateral agreements, organizing outbound visits, organizing major events, as well as promoting the different events. Now, on expanding economic and trade networks, currently the ETOs on the mainland as well as overseas, as well as the offices of TDC, are distributed in 60 economies around the world, covering 129 countries. Moving forward, we'll continue to expand our economic and trade network. The ETO in Kuala Lumpur will commence operation by the end of this year. As for the ETO in Riyadh, we are actively following up on this matter with the government of Saudi Arabia. We will continue to actively work with Saudi Arabia. We will continue to expand the coverage of existing ETOs to cover emerging markets with potential, including the markets in Latin America and Central Asia. On negotiating and signing bilateral and multilateral agreements, the SAR government so far has signed 9 FTAs with 21 economies and 14 IPPAs with 33 economies. We are now working with Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Egypt, and Peru on exploring the signing of new IPPAs with them. Also, we will strive to sign more FTAs and IPPAs with economies with potential. We'll also seek early accession to the RCEP. We will proactively work with RCEP regarding the accession of new members. On organizing outbound visits, in May this year, the Chief Executive led a delegation of 50 members from the trade sector as well as the business sector to the Middle East including Qatar and Kuwait. We've yielded results, and in total, we signed a total of 59 MOUs and agreements with these countries. The Commissioner for Belt and Road this June led a delegation to Indonesia and Malaysia of the ASEAN countries to promote our professional services related to infrastructure and construction, and 21 MOUs were signed during the trip. We will further explore priority markets moving forward. We'll continue to lead the business and professional sector to explore the B&R markets to promote our role as a super connector and super value adder. We will also leverage our strengths of being closely connected to the motherland as well as to the rest of the world to explore more business activity opportunities for the business sector in Hong Kong. On organizing major events, the 10th Belt and Road Summit concluded last month. This year, we attracted about 6,200 participants. We signed about 45 MOUs. This year, there is a new session on signature projects. It is about how we can make use of the professional services in Hong Kong to promote the sustainable development of B&R. It was a roundtable session. Together with many organizations, we have held a lot of activities themed around the Belt and Road. This is to enhance the public's understanding of the BRI as well as their participation. Also, the BRO on the 14th of this month organized a cross-professional forum to promote Hong Kong's professional services and to deepen the sector's collaboration with business communities of B&R countries and the mainland. It provided a platform for enterprises from the three sides to exchange views on collaboration projects. Moving forward, we'll continue to organize outbound missions. We will also consider holding a cross-professional forum. We hope that we'll be able to hold a series of events to promote the professional services in Hong Kong. At the same time, we will continue to hold project matching events as well as exchange sessions. We will take the initiative to reach out to the parties in charge of signature projects along the Belt and Road so that we can provide more matching services for businesses in Hong Kong. We will work with the public organizations in Hong Kong as well as training institutions to train up talents to promote the initiative of BRI, and this is to showcase our soft power, and at the same time we want to develop partners for soft connectivity of professional rules and standards. On promotion, we have done a lot of work. For example, we have used short videos, media interviews, and social media, and we have worked with local airliners and we printed leaflets and so on. Moving forward, of course, we'll continue to step up this kind of promotion work. We'll also actively liaise with consuls generals of Belt and Road countries in Hong Kong as well as the relevant organizations and professional bodies. Hopefully, we'll be able to share with them our practical experiences in the Belt and Road countries as well as business activity opportunities with potential. Chairman, members, we will continue to deploy strategies on BRI. We hope to leverage Hong Kong's role as the B&R functional platform to deepen international exchanges and better integrate into the overall national development. We hope to dovetail with our country in relation to these projects so that we can open up more B&R business opportunities for the enterprises and the professional sectors in Hong Kong. Now we're happy to take members' questions. Thank you, Undersecretary. Now it's time for members to ask questions. I'll give each member 4 minutes. I'll read out the lineup first. Mr. Sunny Tang, followed by Mr. Dennis Leung, Mr. Shanghai Long, Dr. Johnny Deputy Chair, Mr. Peter Xu, Mr. Robert Lee, Dr. Tan Yue Heng, and Dr. Wendy Hong. I'll invite Mr. Sunny Tang to speak first. Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to first thank the SAR government as well as the CEDB for incorporating my ideas on promoting Hong Kong's role in the Belt and Road Initiative. For example, the government has been actively expanding our economic and trade networks. So far, a lot of members of the textile and apparel sector has already moved their production bases to the 10 countries in ASEAN as well as in the Belt and Road. Hong Kong enterprises, when they seek to set up factories overseas, they meet various challenges in terms of adopting the local culture as well as local rules. How can the SAR government further expand its economic and trade networks to help Hong Kong enterprises who run businesses in these countries tackle the challenges and help them line up with local authorities? Undersecretary, I very much agree with what the member said just now. We see tense geopolitical landscape as well as uncertain and unstable international trade and economic landscape. We have to make use of the global south as well as the Belt and Road countries, as the global trend is that enterprises are moving their production lines to these places. Over the past few years, the Invest Hong Kong as well as the TDC has done a lot of work. Last year, we set up a mechanism concerning high-value supply chain service mechanism. We help enterprises deal with information as well as cultural gap and cultural differences, as well as to help them adopt local standards. We've also set up the task force on going global. And this task force has just held its first meeting to discuss the terms and references of the task force. This task force on going global will be proactive and will act as the coordinator, and it is led by a top-level management. We hope that with greater precision, we'll be able to provide services for enterprises that wish to go global. We welcome Mr. Sunny Tang's comments. We are willing to work with, for example, the Productivity Council as well as clan organizations as well as other public organizations, so that together we can serve enterprises who would like to establish a multinational supply chain and to expand their businesses elsewhere to go global. Next, Mr. Dennis Leung. Thank you. The Chief Executive adopted the result-oriented approach. The government has been doing two things. On one hand, it is promoting our economy, and at the same time, it strives to improve people's lives. The Undersecretary said a lot about what the SAR government did in the past few years on expanding economic and trade networks. We can all see the government's effort in this regard. We can see it based on our rankings as well as from the relevant statistics. In this year's policy address, it is announced that the government will continue to promote green finance as well as INT projects. Apart from this, I think what is important is that we have to help enterprises to go global. But other than that, will there be more innovative measures to promote new industrialization and to help the manufacturing sector? It is only by doing so that we can improve the current economy. In the mainland, because of the geopolitical situation, many enterprises are facing challenges. Will the government think of more groundbreaking measures? For example, in the past, the manufacturing sector in Hong Kong were faced with a 40% restriction. For manufacturing sectors that want to move to Lo Wu, will there be policies to benefit them? Thank you. Undersecretary, I thank the member for the questions. In my opening remarks, I mentioned that we will move towards the 5 major directions in taking forward our work. How can we benefit our economy? Of course, we have to look at the three growth drivers. That is external trade, investment, as well as domestic demands. As mentioned in the opening remarks, through the SAR government as well as the Commissioner, we have been leading various delegations to the ASEAN as well as the Middle Eastern markets. Since 2020 until 2024, the relevant trade merchandise volume between Hong Kong and the ASEAN, we see a growth of 5.7% every year, and between Hong Kong and the Middle East, we see a growth of 11%. This helps bring significant benefits to the trading sector as well as the export sector.
In the Belt and Road market, we have also seen many mainland enterprises being affected by the geopolitics. They strive to go global, to diversify risks. We very much encourage mainland enterprises to set up a regional headquarters in Hong Kong, say a corporate treasury center, R&D center, multi-country supply chain management center, etc. It can also benefit the local economy and industries, creating more job opportunities. Thank you. Mr. Shanghai Long. Thank you, Chair. I have observed the SAR government aligning with the national strategy of trying to have better collaboration with the Belt and Road countries. Apart from helping local and mainland enterprises go global with the expansion of the Belt and Road network, we should be able to seek investment of better quality, especially in terms of Hong Kong's positioning as an international financial center. I note that in the paper it said we have signed 145 MOUs since last year, and if we include the one signed in 2023, there should be over 200 MOUs signed. So I want to ask if you have any specific figures, how many of the country's companies have listed in Hong Kong, the countries with which we have signed MOUs. Thank you. I will answer the first part of the question, and then I'll ask my colleague to supplement information. There are 1,400 enterprises of Belt and Road countries listed in Hong Kong, and as Mr. Sheng said, Hong Kong as an international financial center, we are also the largest offshore R&B center. I think you should give a direct answer. Maybe I will ask the Commissioner to supplement my answers. Thank you. The member's understanding is quite correct. The Chief Executive led delegations and signed 160 MOUs with other countries, and I myself have participated in the signing of 100 odd MOUs. We have seen the MOUs being more concrete and bringing about more actual economic benefits. For example, with Kazakhstan, in September this year, the Development Bank in Kazakhstan for the very first time issued renminbi bonds, and they selected Hong Kong as the center for the issuance of bonds. We have another enterprise in Kazakhstan that is a mining enterprise. They have listed in Hong Kong in September. What's special about the listing is that beforehand they have chosen to list in both Hong Kong on the HKEX as well as the Astana International Exchange in Kazakhstan. So it not only brings about opportunities to them in Hong Kong, but also economic opportunities back at home for them. And helping Belt and Road enterprises list is one way of doing this. It helps them with their financing. It benefits them. In May this year, the chief executive led a delegation to Qatar and Kuwait, and one of the delegation members was a mainland enterprise representative, and the mainland enterprise listed in Hong Kong. When they listed in Hong Kong, they said they would shift their international R&D headquarters to Hong Kong, and they are trying to get some financing to develop their business in both the Middle East and Hong Kong. We have seen some great outcomes so far with the signing of MOUs, despite having only signed them not too long ago, and we expect in future we'll have more agreements signed with Belt and Road and Middle Eastern countries. Thank you. Dr. Johnny, I have seen the government has done a lot in the past few years, including the setting up of the Belt and Road Office, and they have done much coordination work in the past 2 years. I praise the efforts of the government. The government officers visited many Belt and Road countries, and with the delegation visits, I believe they are trying to promote investment as well. Should enterprises face difficulties in developing their business in Hong Kong, what kind of support is available from the government? There are 4,000 students from the Belt and Road countries studying in the tertiary institutions of Hong Kong. We have 150 places of the Belt and Road Scholarship available to students from these countries to attract top students to come here. So after they graduate, is there any way for us to maintain liaison to them, live with them, so that they can become our ambassadors? After all, they have studied in Hong Kong for quite a number of years. Do we have any figures that would tell us how many of the students stayed in Hong Kong and perhaps started their own businesses? Thank you. Undersecretary, I'll try my best to answer the members' questions. Whether it's mainland enterprises coming to Hong Kong to develop overseas markets or local enterprises trying to develop emerging markets, should they face difficulties, the ETOs, Invest Hong Kong, and the TDC will provide support where they can. As Johnny said, should they face any difficulties, they are welcome to liaise with the ETOs in the regions concerned, or they can reach out to us. As for the Belt and Road Scholarship, we have maintained regular contact with the scholarship recipients. Many of them express interest to stay in Hong Kong after they graduate, to undertake further study or to work. These scholarships have been very attractive to students from Belt and Road countries, attracting them to come to Hong Kong to study. It also helps with Hong Kong's development as an international hub for post-secondary education. We will continue to keep in contact with these scholarship recipients to further consolidate our status as an international education hub and to consolidate our talent pool. Yes, Commissioner. Thank you, member, for the questions. In the policy address this year, we have talked about how there is a one-stop office that is the ETOs and the other government departments being able to provide information and support to enterprises. The Belt and Road Office also has a new mechanism where we will have road shows held. Apart from trying to resolve the difficulties faced by local enterprises when they develop overseas markets, we want to make Hong Kong into a roadshow platform to showcase the flagship projects, to provide some sort of matching support. I believe this will help in resolving the difficulties faced by local enterprises. As for the 4,000 odd students from Belt and Road countries studying in Hong Kong, with the coordination of different departments, we had during the summer holidays 400 students from Belt and Road countries undertaking internship in Hong Kong. So with the summer internship, we believe it will really help students from Belt and Road countries integrate into Hong Kong and develop their careers in future. So this is 10% of the 4,000 odd students from Belt and Road countries studying in Hong Kong. We have also worked with civic society organizations to organize youth networks of students from Belt and Road countries, again to assist them in integrating into society. You asked for success examples. I have an example. We have a Pakistani student studying a university degree in Hong Kong, and they have now developed an AI assisted logistics enterprise in Hong Kong. They have had another office in Pakistan, so they are traveling between Pakistan and Hong Kong right now. We also have some success examples from the Middle East as well. Thank you. Mr. Shu Ka-fai. Thank you. We are actively trying to align with the national strategy to build the Belt and Road Initiative. We have seen the chief executive and senior government officials leading many delegation visits and signing MOUs with different countries. I believe that is a good direction to take. But for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, they want to take part in investment in the Belt and Road countries, or they just want to develop business in these markets. But they find it hard to kickstart things because they don't know a lot about the countries. They need to first have a basic understanding of the legal system, the economy, security of the countries and regions, whether there are potentially any language barriers. I know that the commissioner has been working on this. I want to ask if there are specific officers in the Belt and Road Office or other government departments who have an understanding of the Belt and Road countries and can enhance understanding of entrepreneurs in Hong Kong of those countries, so that before they develop business in these markets, they will have at least a basic level of understanding. We have different students in different parts of the world. We have the EU standards, we have the UK standards, we have the US standards. It seems that we do not have a unified standard in Asia. So we are trying to develop standards in Hong Kong. It was what was said before as one of the directions that we are going to take. Can we have more macro Belt and Road economy standards so that it will facilitate cooperation with the Belt and Road countries? I mentioned language barrier earlier. We have people from other countries studying in Hong Kong, or they just grew up in Hong Kong, but they speak other languages as well. Can we make use of them to help us lead the way in developing the other markets? Thank you. Undersecretary. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Member, for your questions. As my colleague said, we have in the policy address a particular measure to help enterprises. The Economic and Trade Express specifically, it will work with Invest Hong Kong and the TDC to help startups and small and medium-sized enterprises to develop new markets. We also have a representative from the TDC here. Perhaps Patrick can share with the member the specific measures they have in support of enterprises in due course. The member also talked about alignment of standards. We have many public bodies and institutes in Hong Kong. We do want to do more capacity building work. Let me give you an example. The Building Technology Research Institute is currently trying to take forward certification arrangements of construction materials, basically to develop certification standards for construction materials so that advanced, innovative construction materials from the mainland can be applied in Hong Kong or the Belt and Road countries in general. This is a way for us to export our products to the Belt and Road countries. We have other institutions that are doing similar work as well. All right, Commissioner. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Member, for your questions. When the Belt and Road country and other government departments lead visits and try to explore new business opportunities, we will consider different themes and different enterprises. So the Belt and Road Office will invite small and medium-sized enterprises on those visits as well. But small and medium-sized enterprises work in different businesses. Not all of them, to be honest, are capable of or are suitable in going global. So when we arrange the visits, we want to make sure the suitable enterprises can develop networks in the Belt and Road markets so that they will have partners in the networks and lower the risks involved.
Apart from helping them to go global, more importantly, we have to bring in enterprises. Over the past few years, we did not only bring in signature projects from the BNR countries to receive professional services in Hong Kong, we also brought in capital and talent from the Belt and Road. To give you an example, in 2023, we held the FYI, that is the Financial Forum. We brought in government officials, investors, as well as the entrepreneurs from Saudi Arabia, and we lined them up with Hong Kong enterprises. Last year, we held a roadshow in Hong Kong, and the SMEs in Hong Kong also got lined up with the Saudi Arabian enterprises. One of the startups, because of the lineup, it is now running businesses that have to do with ocean economy in Saudi Arabia. Next year, we will see the first tech expo from Middle East to hold a roadshow in Hong Kong. This will bring about overall economic benefits in Hong Kong. We'll help line them up with the SMEs in Hong Kong. We'll also help them hold business activities here. Another measure proposed in the policy address is a cross-departmental capacity building mechanism. We hope to bring Hong Kong standards to Belt and Road countries. We will work with the business representatives in the Belt and Road countries. We will invite them to Hong Kong to enhance the mutual recognition of our standards with theirs. We want to achieve best practices. With better alignment of our standards, there will definitely be more opportunities for us to have long-term collaborations with them. On youth work, apart from the internship opportunities I mentioned, as well as the Belt and Road Scholarship Scheme, every year at the Belt and Road Summit and the Belt and Road Summit, we work with young people. We invite young people from the Belt and Road to take part in the forum, and we ask them to introduce to us their local cultures. And in the recent Youth Development Forum, we invited many government officials from the Belt and Road countries as well as the young people to take part in the forum to help them understand the culture of the Belt and Road countries. Mr. Robert Lee. The SAR government, including the TDC, the Belt and Road Office, as well as the CEDB, have done a lot to liaise with Belt and Road countries to drive the development of different industries. In terms of expanding economic and trade networks and signing multilateral deals and agreements and organizing outbound visits, the government has done a lot. I have 3 questions. First, according to the paper, there are many outbound visits organized by the government. Say if there is someone from the business sector who would like to take part in these kind of activities, what kind of channels should they go for? Of course, the government usually invites leading enterprises or enterprises with representativeness to take part in these activities. Second, on the capacity building platform, how can you offer more help to the professional service sector? This paper covers a lot about professional services. How can you help line them up with the right parties, and how can you help promote the professional services? Invest Hong Kong has been sharing some successful cases. There are services provided by the professional sector. There are also family offices. This can be a website with authority to disseminate information about professional services in Hong Kong. In future, how can you step up publicity on this so that people can have access to this information? Thirdly, on the capacity building platform, there is particular mention in the paper about financial services. It looks like there's greater room to expand this platform at both the stock exchange level and as well as the SFC level. There have been Belt and Road countries, in total 31 countries on the list, who remotely opened up accounts. We want to cover the commodity trading area as well as the gold trading parties as well as regulators, so that we can drive the development of the various sectors. Undersecretary, I'll give an overall reply and then I'll defer to my colleagues. On the first question, as mentioned, at the Economic and Trade Express, we through various themes. As mentioned in my opening remarks, I mentioned that the Commissioner has led delegations to the ASEAN and promote the infrastructure-related and construction-related services from Hong Kong. And based on different themes, we will invite startups as well as SMEs and bring them to the Belt and Road countries. There is market information available on the TDC website. There is information about service providers of professional services. There are about 680 projects on the website. We welcome any interested parties to get information from the website. Commissioner, when we lead delegations to the Belt and Road countries, we usually liaise with professional bodies as well as business organizations. We want a balanced participation from these different organizations. Of course, we also screen what kind of representatives we invite based on the themes. Apart from the BRO, the SAR government as well as different government officials have been leading different delegations to these countries round the year. The TDC has also led SMEs as well as other enterprises to Belt and Road countries. To step up our work in this regard, we encourage enterprises to talk to their relevant professional bodies and the business organizations. And these professional bodies and business organizations can then tell us that they are interested. We have the Belt and Road portal as well, which cover the market situation as well as Belt and Road projects. All this information is available on the website. And throughout the year, different enterprises can visit the website for inquiries and for matching services. Every year, the biggest event we have is the Belt and Road Forum and Summit. And every year, we have been offering matching services, and we have seen a lot of cases of success. We encourage enterprises to make use of this event as a business matching platform to reach out to those parties that they are interested in meeting. They can also make use of the online support services to make appointments to meet with the parties they want to see, and all the information is available on the website. Also, the TDC, apart from offering matching services in Hong Kong, when they lead delegations to overseas countries, they also offer matching services. And based on different themes, we help strengthen matching services for the business sector. Lastly, on capacity building, as we all know, the stock exchange will set up an office in Dubai. Earlier, they set up an office in Riyadh for commodity trading or gold trading. The Hong Kong Stock Exchange's office in Dubai is exactly there for this reason. As mentioned, we have the Economic and Trade Express, Invest Hong Kong, TDC, as well as our ETOs serve the functions of leveraging our unique advantages in Hong Kong. We want to promote these advantages to Belt and Road countries to open up more business opportunities. Let me supplement, like Undersecretary said, we have the Belt and Road website. It has recorded a lot of cases of success. It has listed out all the successful projects, and SMEs in Hong Kong can do a search through the website to see if there are the right projects for them. We've also led delegations from different sectors. Like the Commissioner said, we have high-level delegations led by the Chief Executive, also as delegations led by the Undersecretary. We also have delegations led by the sector. We have a delegation that lead members from the food and health product sector, as well as those for the service sector and the beauty sector. All these sectors and trades can join this kind of trips to explore the Belt and Road market. But the best way to tap into the market is to take part in the major events we organize. This is because we bring in business leaders from around the world to these major events, and we line them up with the local SMEs in Hong Kong. And this is the best way for the SMEs to get the information about the Belt and Road market. I am giving each member 4 minutes only, but I can tolerate it if you overrun, because I want to give you all a good last impression. Next, Dr. Tan Yuheng. Thank you, Chairman. On the Belt and Road Initiative, recently, the BRO, the CEDB, as well as Invest Hong Kong and the TDC have done a lot of work to promote Hong Kong's participation in the BRI, and they have yielded great results. They have helped mainland enterprises in Hong Kong to go to the Belt and Road market. It has brought in capital enterprises to Hong Kong. I'm particularly concerned about one area. That's the idea of capacity building. I think this is the first time we learn about this concept of capacity building platform. Some public organizations and training bodies in Hong Kong can help train up talent, and we can strengthen our soft power. And some 20 public organizations and educational institutes have been working together to take part and promote this platform. This is a very meaningful platform. Hong Kong is a leading center in the world, and we need the soft power. At the same time, we have to work with the Greater Bay Area and to promote our soft power. Therefore, it is crucial that we have this capacity building platform. My question is, are there any concrete measures in place for these platforms that cover some 20 public bodies and institutions? Can we leverage their professional capacity? Also, this capacity building platform, as well as the task force on going global, will they work together? Will there be any common points between the two platforms? Will the task force also play an important coordinating role?
Undersecretary. I will be brief. We want to make use of the platform to enhance soft power branding of Hong Kong, to showcase to Hong Kong we are a good partner for soft connectivity that is cross-disciplinary and cross-sector. We have many public bodies and organizations in the area as shown in Annex 1. We have the Hong Kong International Aviation Academy, for example, that has been working with a French academy to provide relevant training services. We also have the MTR Academy specifically. We have been actively trying to export knowledge and technologies that showcase the professionalism of MTR services. On anti-corruption, as said by the country, there are 8 actions taken to combat corruption and develop integrity. We have specifically the International Academy Against Corruption to build capacity of personnel from different countries. So we have different platforms through the coordination of the Belt and Road Office to provide capacity building training to personnel of different countries. Commissioner, thank you. We want to make use of the capacity building platform to converge the different standards used in different places to encourage other countries to make use of Hong Kong student standards more. We, in this process, can also do more in technology transfer. We can have other enterprises make use of Hong Kong standards, get financing in Hong Kong, and foster partnerships in Hong Kong. We are working with the Go Global Task Force and the different platforms to form the foundations for long-term standards. Go Global Task Force plays an especially important part because it is only with the support of basic services that we can help with the transfer of standards. Dr. Tan asked about the specific details. We are still actively preparing for such. We will announce the details in due course. Dr. Wendy Hong. Thank you, Chair. In recent years, the SAR government has been making use of some fintech tools or some financing tools to take forward development of INT and new industrialization. We have seen more investment being made to certain enterprises and industries. We also have the new industrialization subsidy scheme, providing matching funds to support development of enterprises. We have other enterprises that would have a demand to develop in Belt and Road markets for enterprises where the government is a shareholder or has provided some sort of support to provide tailor-made support for these enterprises to develop the Belt and Road markets, because it not only helps the enterprises but also the government as well. Recently, there was a teaching team from a university getting into contact with me. In their course, there are a lot of exchange students from Belt and Road countries. These exchange students are of their final year. They're just here for their final year. They have very diversified backgrounds. They are elite students. Many of them express interest in staying in Hong Kong after exchange, but they face problems in obtaining visas, so they can't really work in Hong Kong after they graduate. So I want to ask if the Bureau will work with the Education Bureau and Immigration Department to provide some facilitation arrangements to allow these students to explore opportunities in Hong Kong after they graduate. We have been deploying much resource to develop the Middle Eastern and Southeast Asian markets, but I think the Central Asian markets are of great potential as well. They have great mining resources. We can definitely develop business and commodities with them. We can complement each other in development. They have great demand for financing and project management services. There is great potential to be tapped into. How can we develop the markets in Central Asia more? Thank you. Undersecretary. For the newly established enterprises or the enterprises set up by mainland enterprises and overseas enterprises in Hong Kong, we have a one-stop consultation platform, the Belt and Road Portal, providing support to the enterprises that are facing difficulties. And as the member said, we can perhaps work with the Education Bureau and the Immigration Department to help Belt and Road country enterprises and Belt and Road country students. Should they face any visa issues, we can be the contact point for them, and we can convey their views to the relevant departments. I believe there are multiple Belt and Road countries, such as Hungary, South Korea, etc., who have signed working holiday visa arrangements with the government of Hong Kong. We will continue to provide more visa exemption arrangements for more countries and regions to provide facilitation. Thank you. Commissioner, thank you. As I said earlier, there are great opportunities to be tapped into in, say, Kazakhstan and other Middle Eastern and Central Asian countries. We hope to have more roadshows held in Hong Kong so that there can be better matching of enterprises projects. For example, we have been working with the Asana Financial Center, and we have held a roadshow in Hong Kong this year to showcase their advantages so that professional services firms in Hong Kong are aware of the enterprises' needs. We also had, at the end of April, an airline having now direct flights to Urumqi, and through Urumqi one can get to Almaty or Astana. This has greatly shortened flight time and provided convenience to those having to travel between Hong Kong and those places. It is also said in the policy address, as mentioned by the Undersecretary, how we want to develop more opportunities and provide better matching. Before I ask the next member to ask questions, I will extend the meeting by 10 minutes. Mr. Duncan Chu. Thank you. In the past few years, we have seen the CEDB and the Belt and Road Office, as well as the TDC, leading many delegation visits. It has helped promote our branding. It has helped enterprises go global. Many countries the entrepreneurs have never been. For example, Central Asia, it has really helped the enterprises. This year, the chief executive led a delegation that consists of mainland enterprise representatives. This is innovative, and I have talked to some representatives from those mainland enterprises. These enterprises are of a good scale. They have great potential. They faced difficulties before because they are from another mainland city. Despite having participated in the delegation visit, they have to liaise with their specific authorities in their jurisdiction. So how can we make sure after the delegation visits we can help them further develop the partnerships they forge on those visits? Thank you, Commissioner. As a member mentioned, we had a chief executive delegation that consists of representatives from mainland and local enterprises. We have seen some mainland enterprises face difficulties. With our support, the delegation visits and the local enterprises providing them with support services, they can better develop other markets. They can use Hong Kong as a platform for them to go global. And we have heard their feedback saying that they want more help in financing and legal services, especially in dispute resolution. They therefore want to set up an international headquarters in Hong Kong to have a treasury center and an R&D center to develop their brand in Hong Kong and then go global. And after the delegation visits, we have done some follow-up work. Invest Hong Kong, TDC, and we have been following up with the enterprises. And at the 10th Belt and Road Summit, we had several enterprises participating in the activities, and we have signed some agreements. We have achieved some concrete outcomes with cooperation through the delegation visits. Thank you. Mr. Holden Chow. Thank you, Chair. I would first like to thank the Belt and Road Office and the CEDB officers having worked very hard in the relevant area. The Belt and Road Summit every year is a flagship event. We have seen quite good work being done. It has also enhanced awareness of the general public of the Belt and Road Initiative. I think this is the right direction to take, and it benefits us in the end. I also believe there is a fund under the CEDB to support professional bodies to apply for funding to go on visits to develop more business opportunities. Can the Bureau tell us about the latest situation of the fund's operations? The fund has been in operation for a while. How many bodies have applied for funding? How many visits have been made? Can you share with us the relevant information? If you don't have the figures right now, you can provide them later to us. I also have another question. Well, technically it is a suggestion. I note that many larger enterprises are more capable of looking for and tapping into business opportunities, new business opportunities. But for small and medium-sized enterprises, it is harder for them. So can we have the fund, the same fund that I mentioned under the CEDB, supporting small and medium-sized enterprises to go global? Technically, the target beneficiaries will include small and medium-sized enterprises. We have seen some success examples of larger enterprises. Can we have more success examples of small and medium-sized enterprises so that we can really advocate for the success of the fund? There are many small and medium-sized enterprises in Hong Kong. If we have some, say, small and medium-sized law firms having been able to tap into business opportunities in the Belt and Road countries with the support of the government, it is good promotion. It also instills confidence in enterprises as well as the professional services sector. This is just a suggestion. I want to know if what the Commissioner thinks.
Under Secretary. On cases of success, I very much agree with the member. We will share with the public successful examples of us helping enterprises to go global. Large-scale enterprises, they have their own resources to tap into overseas markets. So moving forward, we will target at the local SMEs and we help them tackle any difficulties they face when they try to go global. To give you an example, a logistics service provider in the mainland, it is a large-scale enterprise. Recently, it has announced to set up an operation center in Hong Kong to further expand the operation here as well as to boost the efficiency of its supply chain. Also, another very famous engineering enterprise in the mainland, through our professional services, set up a financial settlement platform in Hong Kong to provide international financing settlement as well as risk control services for global enterprises. We will continue to collect these cases of success to help us promote Hong Kong. Just now, Mr. Holden Chow asked what kind of support platforms within the government are available to help enterprises to expand into the Belt and Road market. As we all know, we have the BUD Fund. It has been supporting our enterprises to tap into different markets. From 2020 to 2024 in total, we approved over 1,433 Belt and Road projects involving about $830 million. There are also non-profit sharing professional bodies, and we have been offering a professional service scheme to them. We welcome any non-profit making bodies to, through this platform, enhance their liaison with the relevant sectors, and through our scheme, they can lead delegations to different overseas countries. And we hope, therefore, line them up with the different parties in the overseas market. We hope that through these schemes, we can offer the right support. Thank you. I have some questions as well. According to the paper, the Secretary will continue to lead delegations to the Belt and Road market. Also, the SAR government will hold large-scale cross-professional roadshows and Belt and Road summits in these places. In the coming year, where will you hold these roadshows and summits? If enterprises want to take part in these events, they have to get prepared. I was told by some SMEs that they have taken part in some outbound missions organized by the TDC. They said the hotel accommodation is quite expensive. Understand that the TDC is not making profits by collecting the charges from them. Well, some hotels, they may offer services at a very high price because they know that it is a government-led delegation. So how can we address such situations? I know that there are many miscellaneous fees that delegation members have to pay, but will the TDC be able to absorb the costs instead of asking delegation members to share the costs? After all, SMEs do not have enough flowing capital. If you can charge them 1 penny less, they would be happy. According to this year's policy address, the government will set up an ETO in Kuala Lumpur. I very much look forward to it. I think it is a great idea to set up an ETO in Malaysia. It is a good place. When will this office be set up? Will you lead a delegation to Malaysia? Undersecretary. I agree with the chairman. SMEs have limited resources, so when they tap into the Belt and Road market, they need support from different areas. For example, they need flow of capital. In this regard, the policy address has proposed a number of measures to deal with the cash flow problems of the SMEs. Under the SME financing scheme, we're going to extend the 80% guarantee products for 2 years, and for the principal moratorium arrangement, we'll extend it for 1 year. This is to deal with the cash flow problem of SMEs. To help SMEs expand into overseas markets, we will expand the coverage of BUD Fund to 8 more economies along the Belt and Road, including Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Peru, Hungary, Mongolia, Brazil, and Kazakhstan. These 8 economies have not signed any FTAs or IPPAs with Hong Kong, but still we're expanding the fund to these economies. We hope that the SMEs in Hong Kong can make use of the $7 million BUD Fund to tap into overseas markets that they are interested in. As for our roadshows, we're going to work with the business sector as well as the relevant professional sectors to deepen our exchanges with the Middle Eastern market. We'll also explore the potential of the Central Asian market as well as the South American market. Commissioner, for the Cross-Professional Forum, we held this event in February this year. We were able to bring in business leaders from the Belt and Road countries, and we offered a lot of matching services. It was a success in Hong Kong, and riding on the success, we think that we can move the Belt and Road Cross-Professional Forum elsewhere and stage roadshows in the Belt and Road. We will conduct visits to these countries, and during our visit we will hold this kind of forum. We hope to promote the advantages of Hong Kong and to explore business activities. As mentioned by the Undersecretary, we are exploring different markets potential. We will in due course announce the details of our visits next year. You mentioned that local SMEs in Hong Kong face very high threshold if they want to go global. We have some support schemes for the SMEs in Hong Kong. While it is important for SMEs to go global, not every SME in Hong Kong want to tap into overseas market. We want to sell Hong Kong. We want to tell others how great our enterprises from Hong Kong are. And more importantly, we want to promote these SMEs. So we are staging roadshows elsewhere, and we want to help local SMEs to tap into these markets. Therefore, the Belt and Road Summit is a signature project, a flagship event, and a lot of SMEs benefit from the summit. How can you fight for cheaper air tickets for SMEs in Hong Kong? The TDC has been working very hard on planning this kind of delegations. We hope that members of the delegation can achieve what they want through these trips. Therefore, we did a lot of work on offering matching services for enterprises. In terms of fee charging, we had an internal discussion about this. We asked SME to shoulder a certain level of costs, and internally we will continue to look into this. But overall speaking, we have done a lot of work, and we have made arrangements for delegation members to yield business achievements. That's a major part of our work. Lastly, I'd like to ask the Undersecretary again about the ETO in Kuala Lumpur. It's going to commence operation by the end of this year. That's a great news. Today's meeting is the last meeting of this legislative session for this panel. I'd like to thank members for the support of the panel's work over the past year. I also thank the administration for attending the meetings of this panel over the past year and discuss the various policy matters with members of this panel. I believe this is going to be my last time chairing a general meeting. I'd like to express my gratitude to the colleagues from the Secretariat for their trust and support. Thank you, everyone. Next item, any other business? Any other business from members? If not, I will adjourn the meeting today. Thank you.